So, for those that are going to be watching this, Coach Danny Bryan, I've known him for a few years now. I've been trying to send him a tennis player. Haven't found the right guy yet, but you do like Kiwis, don't you?
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep,
Had a few. I have one right now who's a our grad assistant, Eddie Stoika.
yep. I know
He's a
Eddie.
great guy. Yeah, awesome guy, hard worker. So we are definitely looking for more.
I played Eddie a long time ago. I won't tell you the result because he's quite a little
Uh,
bit younger than me, but it was a
uh-huh.
tough car ride home, that's for sure. So
Oh
shout out
no.
to Eddie.
Oh, okay. I thought
Haven't
you were
let that go
gonna say
yet.
I thought you were gonna say it was you weren't gonna share the result because you were trying to be nice to Eddie. I didn't realize that you
But
were the one that took the tough car ride.
other way around, other way around.
Yeah,
But yeah, big shout out to Eddie. Haven't seen him in a while. Actually, hope he's doing well.
yeah,
But
he's doing
look,
well.
it's great to have you here. For those that are watching this, Coach Bryan is the head coach at Wichita State University, which is located in Wichita, Kansas. Now, a little bit of a background about Coach Bryan. You're a former player and coach at LSU, correct?
Correct.
So you played there. You finished as an All American as a player as well. Then you got the coaching role and moved to Wichita in Kansas, and you've been there for just a little bit over 5 years now.
Correct.
Um, Wichita State is in the American Athletic Conference. They've done absolutely amazing. They've beaten three teams inside the top 30. Coach Bryan has earned things like the ITA Regional Coach of the Year, which has been incredible. And I've just got some top athletes coming through their system. So really, really excited about this talk. So, I mean, let's start from the bottom. How did you get into tennis?
Got into tennis. My whole family plays tennis. I really had no option. My dad and his three brothers all played Division 1 college tennis. My grandfather was their coach, and then my sister, who's 2 years older, she played tennis at Ohio State. Yeah, so I was around it all the time. I played other sports up until about 10 years old, and then I made a decision to go all out in tennis. And yeah,
And then you obviously had a great career at LSU, which a lot of people around the world know about that school. They've had some big success in other sports like basketball, etc. How was your time there as a student athlete?
it was great. I'm actually from New Orleans, which is an hour away from Baton Rouge, where LSU is located. It wasn't actually like the place I thought I was going to go. It was like a lot of kids in Louisiana grow up just loving LSU. I wasn't, that wasn't the situation for me. But then I took my visits. It was my last visit, and I just fell in love with the place. Really liked the coaching staff. I felt like they were going to be, help me develop and be good fits, for me at that time. And they were. And so, yeah, I had a great experience. We had, a lot of really good teams, and I felt like I improved. Had my best year as a senior, and yeah, I met my wife there too, so it was great.
Awesome. There you go. Brilliant. And so after your career at LSU, you became the assistant coach there. What made you decide that, yes, I want to be a coach? Was it mainly to finance your postgraduate degree, or was it purely, I want to be a coach?
Um, well, you know, my dad was a tennis coach. Like I have a lot of coaches in my family, so I think I always kind of had it in there that like it was certainly going to be something that was a possibility for me. I actually recall like maybe my junior year in college where I started talking to the head coach at LSU at the time. And I was like, I actually, college coaching, like that was something that really, I was like, I think I could like this a lot. I felt um, you know, the, the leadership and the guidance they were giving me. Like I really like thought that would be really cool to help out other people. And I think that's when it really like, I was like, all right, let me start thinking about this. Like, what do I need to do? Those kind of things. Um, then I had a really good senior year, and I was considering playing, especially in doubles. I'd done really well, and so I did actually start playing. I played like maybe 4 or 5 months, but then I wasn't loving it as much as I thought. Not the tennis, just the travel side of it.
Right.
So I still had a semester left. So I thought, okay, I'll go back, graduate, be a student assistant coach, and then I'll kind of decide, all right, do I want to go play more or just kind of see what happens next? And um, ultimately, the assistant coach at the time, the full time assistant coach at LSU, went to became the head coach at Tulane.
Yeah.
And it opened up the position. And Jeff Brown, who was the head coach, he offered me the job. And it was a pretty easy decision. It was a great opportunity, especially I'm an alma mater, and for my age, it was just like I actually couldn't believe it.
That's amazing, and it's so awesome hearing how the sport has become such a big part of your life, and now you're sort of giving back to the athletes or the coaches that helps you out, which is
Yeah,
cool.
for sure.
And so you arrived at Wichita State as a head coach there, and you had your chance to run things how you want to run it. You can implement your own sort of flavor, your playing styles, your attitude, the building the right character, environment, etc. What sort of did you adopt a lot of that stuff from your time at LSU, or was that through other family members, like coaches that you've had, as you said before? How did that sort of work?
Yeah, I mean, I think I took a little bit from everyone. I had great coaches in my family. Jeff Brown, Mark Boris, who's now still the head coach at Tulane. They were huge influences on me as well. Other coaches. There was some coaches that really took me under their wing. Just at college coaches that I was trying to learn from. And actually, when I started coaching at 21, I realized real quick that I need to learn a lot. And so I think I was fortunate to become. It was like, oh boy, you better learn this stuff quick, because this is not, I might know how to play tennis, but the coach is different. And so I was really just like a sponge, like trying to get as much information as I could. I was taking notes. I have files of everything I've written down, what I read. I started reading books, doing everything, just because I realized, fortunately, pretty early that, hey, I need to know my stuff. And so I think I've tried to get as much information as I could, and then I, tried to be myself and implement it. While being myself, take a little bit from everyone.
For sure. That sounds amazing. For those that have never been to Wichita State before, what's it like over there as a tennis recruit? What do you get access to?
Yeah. So it's a city. I think most people don't realize that the city's 400, 500,000 people. So it's quite big. It doesn't feel huge, no traffic, those kind of things, which I love. But the campus is we have 20,000 undergrad students roughly. We have great basketball. Since I've been here, the basketball program is awesome. The games are sold out all the time. It's like 14,000 people, so it's really cool. We have brand new weight room. We have an 8-court tennis facility, outdoor tennis facility, and for indoors we play at a country club. That's we have a great relationship with. We have great access to the courts. We have a brand new I don't know the number, but it's unbelievable, like student center.
Nice.
For student athletes, where there's tutors and all that good stuff. There's a study hall. So yeah, they definitely have the resources. That's for sure.
Is that where the recovery rooms are, like the physios and that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So that's actually in our basketball arena.
Okay.
Where we have all that, like the training room and all that stuff. So
yeah, and your basketball team's been pretty successful as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, like 2 years ago, we were number 2 in the country. Basketball is huge here. It's awesome. The games are great.
So when some of the basketball players get drafted into the NBA, do you sort of get the hookups on some tickets sometimes?
No, I don't. Maybe Eddie does. Eddie's huge into the NBA. He probably does.
Yeah, Eddie is probably the big people man there, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he is. He won like Mr. Shocker award. It was like 2 years ago. It was like I don't know. It was almost like the most. It was almost like an award. I forgot exactly what it stands for, but I took it as it's the most popular guy, student athlete.
Oh, this accent does you wonders, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's true.
Awesome. Well, I mean, let's talk about some of the recruiting red flags. So as you've been there, you have just built this amazing college team that has done extremely well, not just as a team, but also individuals. You've had top ranked individuals in your team in the NCAA Division I rankings. Now, a lot of athletes must want to go there. For you as a coach, what sort of things do you look for? And, what sort of things are like, oh, I'm going to stay away from this recruit?
So I think the thing is that for us, like, I think that we've known who we are, what we're looking for. I think a lot of people say that, in terms of like looking for someone who's really into tennis. But I think here in particular, we really have done a good job of like getting through all the different areas where, like, some people can learn how to act like they're really into tennis, but then deep down, are they really, when they get here, are they gonna really fit into our culture? I think partly it's just like we certainly have like stuff to do for the social life, but it's not the party school in the US. And so like if someone's really looking for that, I think they're not going to enjoy it as much here. We're looking for someone who wants that a good balance, but serious about the tennis. And I think that's one of the things that I really set out to do, is to try to get all the guys, not necessarily that they all want to turn pro, but they have to be into tennis, and they have to have the mindset that they want to get better. And so we're always trying to find, weed out the guys that aren't looking for that. And I think part of it is just being upfront, and not overselling it, what we offer. So yeah, I mean, we're always looking for different things. We're looking for, we want someone who's respectful, who seems mature, that we can have a conversation with, that can, on social media, we do a lot of stuff through social media. We're looking, sometimes it's crazy. Like you look at some of these people's like Instagram stories, and they're like, it's crazy what some people are putting on there. So that makes it easy in some cases.
I was actually at one of the top high schools here in New Zealand yesterday in Wellington. I'm talking to you from Auckland, so I flew back last night. But when I was talking to the school, I was talking to the new careers person at Scots College in Wellington, and we were talking about how like social media can break and make opportunities. And I've talked about it with coaches before, but athletes don't believe me when I say that. Like you look at their social media before you sign athletes.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, I try to find out everything. I mean, it's such a big deal, I think you have to vet everybody as much as you can. And, even honestly, I think it's almost a sign of, it's a good thing. Like when I was getting hired here at Wichita State, one of the most impressive things that they did in the process is that like they were calling random people in Baton Rouge that like had some affiliation with tennis. I've never put them on my resume, nothing, just asking them about me. And I was like, whoa, they're serious. Like they're taking this very seriously. Did we go that far? No, but like I do feel like we're trying to find out as much information as we can, to make sure it's a good fit for us and for the recruit, where they come here and they like it, and it's works out where they don't have to transfer and those kind of things. So we definitely put the work in as much as we can. Sometimes we still don't get it right, but we certainly tried our best to get the right guys. Because one guy, if we have 9 guys at practice that are all in and they're all focused, you have that one guy who's just not with it, doesn't believe in the same things we do, then it's a problem. Even though it's just one guy, it really can change the whole environment.
Last question before I let you go. Academics, obviously your team has done very well academically. I've been following it on the social media and obviously seen how well Eddie's done as well. When you're looking at recruits, obviously tennis player and characters, 2 different parts of the puzzle that you look at. Do you look at the students' academics as well in high school and see where they're at, what their GPA is, and then that sort of also, is involved in the decision-making process of signing that athlete?
Yes. I mean, I think that's just part of the puzzle we're trying to solve on what type of student athlete we're getting. If it's someone who's disciplined, who is doing their best and whatever they're doing, and that's, obviously academics are a huge part. And so does it always, people change, a lot of times. Some, like, I didn't actually do that well in school until I was a junior in college. And I was like, it all changed where I started looking at it differently. I did really well. So I don't think I hope we're not just like, hey, if they're not this, and we're expecting everyone to come in perfect. That's not the case. I think we're trying to find out which kids want to improve. They have a good heart. They're nice people deep down. It's certainly not perfection. I think that's part of our job, is to help them improve and get better. It's just, are you wanting that, or are you just okay with mediocrity?
Coach Bryan, thank you so much for joining us today. I really, really appreciate this time you've given me, and I know this is going to help out a lot of student athletes. I'm excited for them to hear this. And for those that are watching this, go check out Wichita State men's tennis on Instagram, Facebook. Have a look at them on YouTube, and also go look at their website. Their website's amazing. You can read about Coach Bryan, see what matches I've played in, and what their athletes are doing. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun.
I gotta send you a Kiwi though. I gotta send you another.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll be in touch.
All right.
All right.
See
I'll
ya.
catch you later.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.